Hello, this is Lee from CoupleDumb.com doing my vlog for Vlog Moms. Today's topic, I'm going to read it because it's kind of long. It's from Jennifer Gerlach from hipasiwannabe.com. And she asks us, describe a moment in your life other than the birth of your children that changed you for the better forever. Can be a simple moment of kindness, blah, 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 positive or negative. I don't need to get into the details. Now, just for education purposes, you really should never ask a therapist that kind of question, mainly because we live for those things. I mean, as a therapist, the first thing, tell me about your childhood. So I thought, I could go back into my childhood. I could go back into, not speaking English when I went to school, and I could go back to bullying things and stuff like that. But I thought I'd stay in my adulthood so I wouldn't have to bring out the tissue so much. So, thought long and hard about it. And I think that probably one of the most impactful experiences of my life that basically rippled into many other impactful experiences in my life and very, very much changed the way that I deal with things was going through infertility with my husband. We had this, he had this belief that we were these fertile gods. And, when we were dating, it was like, got to be so careful because, it could happen anytime. And I believed him because I had no reason not to believe him. And, the man knows all. And so when we started trying to get pregnant and it wasn't happening, it was kind of shocking. And up until that time in my life, I had never not gotten what I wanted. Does that make sense? Lee always got what she wanted. And whenever I set my mind to things, I always got what I wanted. And I felt like that was the first time that I was being denied. And it was very disheartening and scary in the sense that, as a woman, I couldn't give my husband a child. And it's amazing how liberated you could be and how archaic you start thinking when you're faced with crisis, and it's because of the infertility thing, we made choices in our life that changed everything. Like, because of the infertility thing, we adopted our daughter. Because of, the fact that we never thought we would experience something like that, we were willing to adopt a child that was multiply handicapped. There was a certain desperation in what we were doing, and that was okay. And then, when we did finally have our child, I don't know how many years later, like 10, 11, 10 years after we adopted. But it was like about 12 years after we did the infertility thing. That was like, oh, okay, yeah, now we're all fertile. And then when we tried getting pregnant again, got pregnant right away after that, and then we had a miscarriage. And because of the infertility stuff, we had really learned to, and I had really learned to scramble, if an obstacle comes into my path, I might play dead for a while, from being sad, but I will definitely scramble and get what I want in the long run. And so, yeah, it's not the end if you're infertile. It's just, you need to scramble a little bit to get what you want. So that's my vlog for this week, and I'll catch you next week. Ciao.